Hi everyone, it's Lillian here coming to you from sunny Spruce Grove, Alberta. Um, Thank you for joining me today, and you can find me on Facebook at Stampers Niche or on YouTube. So um, forget what I was going to say. So that's not unusual. So let's think about what we're going to do today. Today I've got a really cute gift card holder idea for you, and I'll show you a couple of different variations, and then I'm sure you'd be able to even adapt it to other occasions as well. So let's go down to my desk and get started. Here we go. Whoops, as soon as I let go, it went into a different position. Sorry, we'll get you straight here. And if it won't go straight, we'll move my mat. That's always a good option. And let's get the computer going as well. And then we will be good to go. There we are. Alrighty. So the gift card holder I'm going to be showing you today is this one, well, a variation of this one here. This I learned from a fellow demonstrator, Allison, let me just remember how to say her name, Allison Okamitsu from Calgary. I took a course and made 3 things using this bundle here. So here it is here. It looks so pretty with the bells hanging here, but when you pull the ribbon, it pulls the gift card out and the bells stay on it. And see, the gift card is just looped in the ribbon. So I really like that idea. The other thing I liked about what she showed us was she took regular linen thread and then took her smoky slate blend and colored her linen thread so it was gray, which matched the bells and matched her printing. So just a fun gift card holder like that. So I see Donna's with us, and Diana. Good morning everyone, good to see you here. So let's just try making this type of gift card holder with something else, plus I'm going to show you a new technique. So the new technique I'm going to show you, so I'm going to be using the snowflakes, but I remember way back when I showed you the hot chocolate holder, I had made these shiny snowflakes. So what happened there is I was watching you guys coming on and forgot what I was talking about, so I better pay attention. So these shiny snowflakes are so easy to make, so maybe we should just make them first. All you need is a scrap of paper like this and some packing tape. So I'm going to bring in the packing tape here, and we're going to, now I've got that folded over, I can get rid of that. There we go. So I've got my silicone craft mat here. I'm just going to cover that scrap with my packing tape. I'm not being real careful, it doesn't matter. And here's another one, and I'm even going to overlap it here. It's not going to matter. So there, I've got packing tape down on it like that, and I like to just use my bone folder to make sure I've got all the bubbles out. You can use your fingers or whatever. So there we go, like that. And of course it just is going to peel off your silicone mat, and then just fold the edges over. They're not going to cause a problem in any way. We just don't want any sticking out. And then we're going to bring our dies in and the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So let's bring that in here. Hi Karen, I see you're watching too. Excellent. Love seeing all my friends on here. So I'm going to bring in a couple of the snowflake dies. Now these dies are so many that I had to use 2 of my magnet sheets to hold them. I'm going to bring in these 2. It really wouldn't matter. You can bring in whatever you want, and when you see how this all works, you could of course do this with any other dies or punches or you can fussy cut if you want. Know what? Oh, there it is. And let's just run that through. It's always a challenge doing it on paper. I should have moved that, but I forgot to. So we'll take that out of the way. The dies cut right through, and voila, you've got these shiny snowflakes. Isn't that neat? Give me a thumbs up if you like that idea. This one I should have gone through twice. It's a little bit thicker with the packing, and I had extra packing tape on the back. It hit that. And this is a more intricate die, but it's coming. There we go. Let's move this out of the way. I'm just going to tear that open there, and there it comes. And I will use my, take your pick tool. No, I don't even have to. I just use my fingers, and all the insides came out. So that is the neat way that you can get these shiny snowflakes. Of course, you can stamp them first. So then you have, where did I do this? This one here, I stamped first, and then put the tape on top and die cut it. So, and this one was plain. I got this idea from Lindsay Mahan, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So there we go. So now we've got our snowflakes made. So let's bring in the other pieces that we're going to need for this. I'm going to use the largest scallop rectangle die, and that is from the Stitch So Sweetly die. So the very largest one here, and I cut that out already. Now, if you don't have those dies, you could use something else, or you could just cut a shape. I know I have a friend who's just getting into stamping, and she's saying, I don't have all these fancy things, but remember, you can cut just a regular rectangular shape. And this, if you're doing that, okay, where did my ruler go? Had my ruler here a minute ago. Let's find it. I better measure that for you. So it is approximately just over 4 inches, maybe 4 1/8 by almost 3, right about 3. So if you wanted to round it off, you could make it just easy for you, whatever works for you. So then we're going to use that. We're going to have a piece of Whisper White that is 2 3/4 by 2 5/8, and that's going to fit right on here. So that's why the funny measurements is because of the die shape there. So that's how that's going to go. Then we're going to have a piece of designer paper. I've used the snowflake for this particular one because it goes with our snowflakes. And this is 3 3/4 by 1. And eventually, not right now, it's going to go down here. And then I have one more piece that is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, and it's scored at 1/4 inch on the two short sides and one of the long sides. You're going to leave the other long side plain. So 1/4 inch on 3 of the sides. All right, so let's, oh, Karen, so Karen's saying that she just used this technique on some ornaments for neighbors. Oh, I know, isn't it? It's so easy and so fun. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked again. So what we're going to do, let's bring this in. How did we make this background here? We just stamped randomly. We made our own designer paper. So let's bring this here. Bring in a bit of scrap paper because I'm going to go off the edges. And I want to stamp on here, and I couldn't decide whether to use the Highland Heather, the purple, or the Balmy Blue, the blue. So if you could tell me that, and while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to do the folding on our scored piece here. So while I'm folding, you let me know which ink should I go with. And if you're saying, I need a little more information, okay, here are the pieces that we've got. So would you go with Highland Heather or a Balmy Blue? Leave me a comment there and let me know. and I'm just folding this, and I'm going to cut out the little corners here. And if you cut inside where the fold line was, you'll find that it doesn't bind, that it maybe folds up a little bit better, or you can do a little wedge. There we go. So what color? Highland Heather, but either will be perfect. Highland Heather. Okay, Highland Heather it is. So we are going to bring in, we need to use this, right? I'll get myself organized here yet. So we'll bring in this, bring in our white piece, bring in the Highland Heather, and I decided to go with Mayer's Season Sparkle. So let's do that. I'm going to do my first one in the center, so that, because that's what people are going to see. And then I'm going to do a second impression there. I need to re-ink it because otherwise where I went off is going to show up. And then I'm going to stamp it off and do that there. So again, I am making my background paper, but I have decided that I want this to show up. So I did that full strength, and all the rest of my stamping is going to be only second impression, stamped off, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, like that. Now let me bring in this. Do I need to do any more? Nope, that's going to look pretty good. So put that to the side, and then I was going to bring in some little snowflakes, but let me just see. I think that would be overkill. I will stop there. Sometimes I don't know enough to stop. Do you ever find that? Oh, now, which side of the designer paper? That's always the tough one. I think I'm going to go with that. There's just a hint of the purple in there. So now I'm just going to put the designer paper down on the bottom. Like that. And now I have made my background designer paper. I likely could have done one more stamp there, but I didn't. And I've just put this on the bottom, and I'm just going to glue it right down here. Oh, looks like I didn't get that very straight. Looking at it from there, that's the joy of the liquid glue. You still have some wiggle room. There we go. All righty. And it's going to fit right inside those stitched lines. There. So now we've got this part here done. Now we're going to work on the little pocket part. So I've done this much. We have scored it, cut out the corners. Now I'm going to run tear and tape along here. Now tear and tape is wider than 1/4 of an inch. So you could make your you know, when you cut your paper originally, cut it bigger. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to run it along the fold and let it overhang, and I'll show you what to do if that happens. So we'll just put our tear and tape on, right, butting it up towards the fold line, like this. So there we go. Bring in my take your pick tool to help me peel the backings off. Now you can see it's too wide, right? But there's an easy fix for that. So we'll just take these off like that. And now the part that's overhanging, I just take my thumb and roll it back. It could be your finger, whatever, so that all of the sticky is where the sticky's supposed to be and none is sticking over the edge. So when you do that, that takes care of all that there. So here we go. Now I'm just going to fold that up and sort of attach the corners to each other like that. So you can see where it's going, right? It's going to my fingers. And then we're just going to center it on here, using our stitch lines as the guide again, and tuck it down. And we've got our pocket made. Now you could either write a message on here, or if you've got dark paper like I have on here, you could always do another piece of white on here, and that's where, that's where I could put my snowflakes. I'm determined to use my snowflakes. It might have been wise to stamp them ahead of time, but here we go. I didn't, so we'll just do light ones. Whoa, and I should have pressed a little harder. That's all right. Snowflakes can overlap, right? Oh, stop, Lillian. But you get the idea. There we go. So now for the insert, for the gift card holder itself. I have this ribbon here, and remember we're doing it with these guys, or I have this ribbon. So do you like it with the silver edge better, or just the plain sparkly ribbon? Let me know, and while you're doing that, I am going to fasten my snowflakes together with a mini glue dot, because this finish is slippery, so you do need to use a good adhesive. I'm just going to offset them. And once we have figured out the ribbon, I'm going to also add something to the center here. So I'm going to bring in, these are the frosted and clear epoxy droplets. I'm going to bring in just one of them and my Highland Heather so that I can make a matching center. So there, it's still going to have sparkle, which is what I want, but I'm just lightly brushing over it with the blend. The blends are alcohol based, so they dry quickly and they will color most any surface. So let's put that to the side. What ribbon? Silver and white. Oh, sparkly ribbon. Oh dear, you guys. Decisions, decisions. Okay, the first one I saw was silver and white. We'll go with that one, but I think either would work. So this is how you do the gift card. You put the ribbon around the gift card, so your ribbon's folded in half. It's around the gift card like that. And then you just take something else to tie it here. I'm going to use this. This has got silver, so that works well with the silver ribbon, and blue and white, so it works perfectly with this. So I'm going to put it here and try to tie a bow. Usually I bring a clothespin in to be an extra set of hands and hold things together, but I forgot to bring it in. So I can tie a bow or I could tie a knot. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to tie a knot because I want to fasten the snowflakes to this if I can. So let's just tie a knot to begin with and give ourselves some ribbon. There we go. All right, and we'll bring in our ribbon scissors and trim the top of this. And we're almost done. So we've got it like that. Let's just do a little test run. Does it fit? See how it works? It goes right in there and slides in and out beautifully. So now we've got this colored. So let's put it in the center of this here. like that. Now I can do one of two things. I can fasten it to here like I did with the bells. So I have to think this through. So if I do that, it would fasten, I'd punch a hole here and it would fasten here and come up and down. Oh, but it's going to cover those words. Or I could just fasten them over here like that, or down here. And I think I just might do that for a slight variation, and then I don't have to punch a hole in my snowflakes. Being a little bit on the lazy side, it's not a big deal, but there we go. So there, I can finish this off by just tying a bow here like that. Okay, on camera my fingers aren't working. There we go, tuck it through. There we go. Alrighty. Now, if your holder got a little loose, you can always give it a tug and tighten it up a bit, like that. So let's fasten it in with the bow coming on the outside, like that. Even it up, give any little trims that you want to do. Sometimes I like to hang on to right here so it doesn't undo, and give it a little pull with the bone folder. This is thicker, so of course it's going to fall out. It doesn't work quite as well, but that's a good way of just curling the ends sometimes and making them look a little tidier. So there we go. We'll fasten this, put this back in. And there's your gift card. Whoops, tucked it too far in. There is your cute gift card holder. So you have the option of fastening that to there or to here. Aren't they cute? Now let me just show you a couple of ideas that I had floating around in my head. So when I took this class from Allison, we also made some other things using the same paper and the same bundle. So there's this one here. So this just looks like a gift, and these are here. But I was thinking, if I'd made this card going this way, I could always fasten this inside too, if I wanted to do it that way. So that's just another option. And here's the other card we made in the class. So we made the 3 cards. So that's like that. And then I have a little bit more show and tell. I've got tons actually, but it's too much for one time. So I'll show you a bit more. So here's just a regular fun fold card. And if you wanted it a gift card holder, trim this layer down and fold it inside and it would work. So here's using that. So it's using what's in the Christmas catalog, but for any type of occasion. So just like that, and then a little embossing here. This was from Diana. So Diana, this is your card. And she used the swirls here and this gorgeous brightly gleaming paper. And I just love how it came together. And then she used some of these inside here too. So great card there. Here's another bell one I got from one of my downline, Carolyn. And this was a swap card. So I really like how, and she used this and just did the touch of metallic. This is just a fun card. I totally cased from, I can't say her name, a UK demonstrator. Totally black and white, just used an image. These are all from the gnome stamp set, but you could do it with snowflakes or the trees or whatever, and just repeatedly stamp them in black and did a slimline card. So, and then this is on the inside. So her name is Nigeza Creates. So there's that. This is another card I got from one of my downline, Mark. So my favorite ribbons in action here, and the poinsettia, and she's used lots of shimmer paint, so it is just gorgeous. And of course these beaded centers are wonderful. Here's one I got from a fellow demonstrator friend, Pam, in a swap, and she's used, again, my favorite ribbon here. And the ribbon that we used here, she doubled it up. So she has a double bow, so that would have been an option here too. That gorgeous frosted, oh, you know, the designer paper, and some embellishments here. And then look what she's done to the inside. She used that ribbon on the inside too. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, brightly gleaming paper. Yes, it is gorgeous. And then this is another from another downline member, and again used my ribbon here. So, and the bow punch. And then look, when you open it up, it pops up. Can you see that? How it pops? I just love that. And again, it's another slimline card. So sharing some of those ideas so that your brain can be going all different directions. And once again, sharing that this is the gift card holder we made today and showing the technique of using the packing tape. So I hope you try some of that. I'd love to see what you come up with. And this, of course, this technique can be used on cards, ornaments, or whatever. So thanks for joining me. Have some fun and take care. Bye-bye.